If you don't do that earlier on in the process, it's gonna smell like shit.
There is a quiet beauty in hard work and discipline, the kind built by showing up day after day. A bowl of ramen is a bowl of discipline. This is the craft behind a bowl only true commitment can create.
Today we're here at the base kitchen of a ramen restaurant in Delhi, trying to see everything that goes behind the making of the bowl. So the process has been split up into 5 different segments, which is for the 5 different components of a ramen. It's noodles, toppings, tare, soup, and the oil. And we're going to go explore each section, see how each element is mastered and made before it gets on your table. Come with me. How often do you make the broth?
Since we can make a big batch, we usually make it once a week. We also at times have to make it twice or thrice depending on what
demand.
people are loving. Let's thaw this first. Tonkotsu bones are not easy to source if you want like high quality ones.
I see.
And a lot
Like
of
a
times,
specific part of the pig?
well, the proprietary mix of bones that I get from my vendor is yes, different
I see.
parts.
Okay.
We, however, don't use trotters because I think the quality of trotters that we usually get around here, I don't really love it. I refuse to take out the shoulder thing from my ramen. So I said I'll add a belly since
Yeah.
everyone wants. You guys get whatever you want and I get what I want.
That is just pure fat.
Chadha le bhanda.
The bones are washed and into the pot for round 1.
We also have seen on a lot of online videos about people in Japan making their broths. The first round of tonkotsu needs to be strained out.
Okay.
So it's like a quick blanch kind of a situation.
Okay.
Because the amount of gunk on it can more effectively be cleaned after it's given like one quick boil.
I see.
And then you just sort of scrub it again. And we're going to throw away this water. So I'm taking this out not because I need to. I'll show you something. Till then,
Is that like bad fat or something like that?
no, it's not bad fat. He's going to strain this out, throw this water, and we'll scrub up the bones a little bit.
Okay.
This kind of gunk, it's much easier to take off at this point in time. So we're going to wash these again once with the drinking water and like a little, give it a nice scrub, and then we'll put it back in the pot.
Porks are filthy.
They are. One of the reasons why this is more crucial in India also is that the quality of pork that you get in Japan is much better and very different from this,
I see.
right? So we need to be extra careful to make sure that the broth that you're making does not come out stinky too. I wanted to tell you about this.
Yeah.
Now this is a very important part of the process.
Can you
And,
bring it here? एक बार?
Yeah, I
So that-
can. You want to smell it?
No. I don't
Yeah,
wanna
you
see
should
that.
not. It's not. It doesn't smell great.
Yeah, I know it. Sorry, it doesn't look like
Yeah,
it smells great.
it's basically the stuff that you want to throw away. So when you're making soup from any animal, as you may know that there is something जब हम blood test कराते हैं, hemoglobin कुछ होता है,
Yeah.
है ना? The pigment and all of that. Now there's a lot of stuff in your blood that you don't really want in your end soup. It creates unpleasant flavors. So the whole blanching process is basically in place so that all of those extra whatever things are in the blood and everything else, they come up, they coagulate, and after they've coagulated, skim them out.
I see.
And the soup is made over like 12 hours plus, but the initial few hours are the most important. If you don't do that earlier on in the process and tend to your broth like a baby, it's gonna smell like shit.
The broth simmers in the pot for hours before it's ready.
This is Toyama tare. It's a soy-based tare that we use for our vegetarian ramen,
Yeah.
vegan actually. Toyama black ramen is a rage. Okay, it's like this very specific kind of ramen. Jiska tare is inspired by a Chinese origin sauce.
Sure.
And the characteristic thing is that it's extremely black, and that blackness comes from using a dark soy. Any ramen soup is not salted. Like usual European soups, when you sort of are making,
Yeah.
you put your vegetables,
No
and you put a little
Ajinomoto.
bit. Ajinomoto is a brand. MSG is a naturally occurring compound, along with like inosinates and guanylates.
Sure.
This is what I call the holy trinity of flavor.
Is there MSG in the broth?
There is naturally
Naturally occurring MSG.
occurring MSG in the broth.
Which
yes.
comes from?
The bones
Which is
or
the bones, okay,
the
like that.
animals, the fish. Yeah.
It's like soy.
He didn't take enough. He was supposed to take a big spoon because
No.
it's really salty.
It's very salty, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like that soy sauce that you get
It is.
commercially in bottles. So,
It is.
but I
So-
see the. I know I didn't take a lot, but
That's fine. It's a mix of different kinds of soy sauces. and the soaking overnight was with you know, a little bit of mushroom, little bit of kombu, a whole bunch of other stuff.
What's that
we
little
put.
gelatinous thing that I see inside? The thing that's like a paper. Yeah.
Kombu,
Kombu. So what is that again?
seaweed.
Acha, okay.
What I was saying before.
Hmm.
Tare is basically the salt base for your ramen. You
Sure.
don't put any salt in your soups and anything, right? So where does that come from then, ultimately, because your soup is salty? For ramen, the flavor building happens primarily in that soup for umami, but secondarily also in your tare, because the tare gets a salt, a different kind of umami. Like for example, MSG is one compound that you get from bones.
Mm-hmm.
You want the other compounds from the mushroom, the fish. ING, which is inosinates and guanylates, वो trinity तब तक complete नहीं होता ना, वो double punch नहीं लगता है.
I see. What is the difference between each tare? Like
There are
fundamentally?
there are three categories: salt, soy, and miso.
Okay.
Shio, shoyu, miso.
Okay.
That's what it's
got
called,
it.
right? So a salt-based tare will primarily get the umami from other compounds that are in a whitish format but with salt. Salt से आएगा. Soy-based tares में आपका salt soy से आता है, umami भी soy से आता है, but it should give you a punch of कि आप soy sauce based कुछ खा रहे हो. Miso paste is made when you sort of ferment those soybeans and use that paste, fermented paste.
Got it. Okay. Amazing. Chef, ये क्या हो रहा है इससे?
ये स्टीम कर रहा हूँ मैं।
बट इसको सीव क्यों कर रहे हो? क्या सीव होगा? ये तो लिक्विड है.
नहीं, इसमें वो दाल रखना है ना, वो जो ये होता है
दाना दाना जो है.
दाना, इसको हटाना पड़ता है।
I see. Okay.
Okay, we're going to be marinating the chicken now.
Okay.
So this is the chicken breast for the chicken chashu. It is quite plump now because it has gone through the first brining. I'm going to remove the
extras.
Yeah, we're going to trim right now because the final product needs to be, ready for just slicing. So all of these little parts, they just kind of create a little, mess or uneven slices. That's the marination. There's the celery seeds and confit garlic. Just spread it evenly on the flavor.
You're caressing the chicken, like you're looking at it.
Yeah, I'm just, the secret ingredient is love. So I'm just giving it that.
So have you done anything to the eggs, or is it just like literally
Just
eggs?
normal room temperature eggs.
Acha, okay. So the marinade will happen after you boil it.
Yeah. This is basically the marinade for the eggs. Ajitsuke tamago is what it's called, ramen egg. This usually has soy, mirin. We add some sugar and salt also. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to keep moving them around a little bit.
Okay.
That ensures that the egg yolk is centered. Because you don't want an egg jiska yolk, is like sticking to one side.
The egg yolk is centered if you keep moving it around.
Yes.
Ironic. So what she's doing right now, she's whisking the marinade that is made for the eggs. The eggs go in, they stay in there for 2 days. That's how it's jammy, it's delicious before it goes into the bowl of the ramen. There you go, that's the magic. That's the blood, sweat and tears dropping into the bowl of eggs. Labor of love. Oh, so this is the pork chashu?
Yeah.
Can I taste it? Small piece I want. No, that's too big.
You're hungry, I heard.
Almost has a jerky sort of taste.
We marinated with shoyu koji. This is like, this piece particularly has a great marbling, if you can see.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Yeah?
like perfect layers of fat and like lean meat.
Yeah.
So I think what she's done now is she's just taken some really hot oil, put it into the radhuni seeds, which comes from celeries, and now she's putting in the.
Dehydrated celery leaves.
These are dehydrated celery leaves. I guess
We
celery
use-
is the main component for the oil.
Yeah.
Is that just regular flour?
No, that's our proprietary flour blend that we use to make our Zuru Zuru noodles. We don't use only maida because I think that doesn't carry a lot of personality. Ramen noodles are famously alkaline noodles. There's something called kansui. Kansui is the alkaline salt that you add to the
I
dough.
see.
and that makes the noodles bouncy, springy, chewy, gives it the texture that you require in a really hot soup. Otherwise, it would turn to goop.
I think this is perhaps one of the most slow processes out here. Got to be very patient with this. We're gonna wait till this is done. I think it's gonna take a while before this, forms into like a proper dough. Then we go into the machine where the noodles are made. Oh yeah, this is it. That's hardcore. I love it. This is it. This is what goes in the bowl of ramen. Honestly, this doesn't even feel like noodles. It has a very rubbery consistency. It almost feels like a rubber band that's been cut into half. This is it. This is damn cool, yeah. I love it. Let's assemble.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. So we're here in the main kitchen now. We're going to assemble the bowl of ramen. Chef is going to tell me how it's done. Let's hear it.
So we have set out our bowl here to warm up. As soon as I feel like this is warm enough. Right now, I'm just going to put some tare first.
Are you going to mix it up?
Yeah.
There you go. Why do you do that though? Like, can't you just mix it like...
So our broth will emulsify into creamy without fat also.
Okay.
The reason why we add that is because that is a flavored smoked fat.
I see, okay.
Yeah.
What do you flavor it with?
We smoke. I'm going to put the soup. I'm going to add the noodles to the basket right as I lift my bowl. Pick up.
Arigato.
Do itashimashite.
This is what it all boils down to. Weeks, hours, and days of effort has gone into building this bowl of ramen. We've just assembled it in the kitchen. Right off the bat, I know the bowl looks amazing with all the colors and all the elements. I can't wait to taste it. Let's go. The broth, perfectly umami. It's creamy because it's a tonkotsu. It comes, the layers of fat, the oil, the saltiness, the richness, it all comes together. I think it's amazing. The noodles are of a perfect consistency, as you can see. There's the bok choy, there's mushrooms that bring the crispiness, there's the chashu, there's those special jammy eggs that come in a ramen. This is art. I have to destroy it to experience it. That's what it's about. It has to end, like all good things. This is the bowl of ramen. This is the bowl of discipline. This is the real deal. Arigato.